San Antonio marching band is here for the first time. Starting lineups for these two teams. Keep an eye on the point guards. Aaron Calixte, grad transfer from Maine, 1,000-point scorer, matching up with Giovanni De Nicolau, an upset to a nearby Division II foe, St. Edwards, in the season opener. And the crowd grows loud here at the Convocation Center. Our officials, Jerry Pollard, Kelly Self, Antonio Petty, an outstanding crew, and we're underway with the Sooners controlling the ball. And a funky defense shown here by UTSA.
UTSA goes to a 1-3-1 soft zone. They're doing that because they can't control off the dribble the Oklahoma Sooners and because of the size.
And there's Calixte snapping the twine, a 39% shooter from deep in his main Black Bear days.
He's 3 for 4 from three-point land in their opener against Rio Grande Valley.
UTSA. Wallace, 15 to shoot. Thrown in the probing dribble. Allen hesitates. De Nicolau floats it. And the easy rebound. Pop free. UTSA forces the turnover. There's your key right out of the gate.
Yeah, take care of the basketball. It's important. UTSA's got to create turnovers, get points off them.
Wallace hoisting and missing. And a loose ball touched by UTSA and Aiton Dior. Sooner basketball. Turnovers were an issue for the Roadrunners. They had 19 that resulted in 19 points when they slipped up against St. Edwards.
You got to take care of the basketball. It's super important.
Manic the dump. McNeese turning, missing on the one-handed rebound of Froman. UTSA likes to play with tempo.
They want to run. They're not going to slow it down against this bigger, more talented Oklahoma team. They're going to play their game. Pack the basket, run as much as they can.
Allen, who had hesitated the prior possession, it rims out. And Manic the rebound, the man they call Larry from the Prairie for rather obvious reasons. 3 ball. Not quite like Bird there. The board to the Roadrunners. Pressure defense on that wing. Wallace behind Allen, a mismatch against McNeese. Nice no-look, thrown in, head fake and travel. He was in a great spot, seemed to be caught off guard by his own presence.
He was surprised by the pass, I think, John. He shuffled his feet. It's Kelly Self, who's a Final Four official, made the call right there under the basket. Nice mechanics. I'm checking his mechanics out, John. He's very good. Big-time official, Kelly Self.
And here is some pressure from UTSA. Can they fluster Oklahoma? How much is token? How much is to get a direct result?
I think it's more token, John, but once again, attack. It's important. You got to be aggressive. You got to play to win, not to lose.
Doolittle pocket picked. Roadrunners meet. De Nicolau probing dribble, reverse denied, and Mannix got it. The length of Oklahoma, 2-on-1. James floats it up, throw it down. The alley-oop to Doolittle.
Great pass by Christian James. The leading returning scorer. He's the guy who's got to really step up for them this season. Without Trey Young, the Atlanta Hawks right now.
Kerr Queth is subbed in, 52. He's in the high post. Had over 100 blocks in the JUCO ranks. 3 ball. Off the iron. Strong putback denied by Queth. Wing pass. James off target. De Nicolau.
Come to UTSA. Attack the basket. I fouled them.
Thrown and rejected by Manic.
Referees let it go. Advantage Oklahoma.
Calixte calling for the screen. Over top and a foul. It'll go on Keaton Wallace as his first.
Nice block inside by Quaid. There they go. Push it ahead. Alley-oop. Throwing it down. Doolittle. Great defense led to good offense.
And a sub for UTSA. Wallace with the foul subs out. Adokie Iaye subs in. Freshman out of Oklahoma City. Calixte, one of 2 grad transfers on the Sooners club. Behind a Queth screen. Had the mismatch, feeds the screener, and Queth rocks the rim. Young man missed the summer, took a class to be eligible academically coming from a junior college. And he is learning on the fly. Wing pass. off UTSA.
You see a nice ball screen. Big guy rolls to the basket. Nobody plays him. Two guys are on the ball, throwing it down. Sweat with the dunk. Young man from South Sudan. He's only a junior.
The size is rather startling. You notice that at the shoot-arounds and in warm-ups.
Yeah. If they score, I consider a timeout now if I'm Coach Steve Henson of UTSA.
Manic. Bad pass. Looking for Calixte. De Nicolau. Hesitant three. Off target. It's been physical down low. Doolittle wins it a couple of times. James showing some shake. Calixte shapes up. UTSA the board. Roadrunners 0 for 8 from the field to begin the game. Cronin. Contested shot, 0 for 9, out of bounds. Oklahoma ball.
You see good offense now by Oklahoma. They re-screened.
0 for 9 from the field, 0 for 4 from deep, settling for a lot of jump shots.
Exactly. In their game against St. Edwards on Friday, John, as you know, they were 5 for 26, 19%. So right now they're cold as ice from downtown.
And Oklahoma, a lot of subs out of the timeout. Oklahoma's been playing double-digit men per game. And a whistle and foul. Miles Reynolds, the Pacific transfer, drove. They'll get Keaton Wallace here. That'll be his second, so quickly a sub. De Nicolau will have to sub in, and Wallace, who's their top healthy returning scorer from last year, has his second foul. What do you do the rest of this half?
It's Murphy's Law. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong right now. Injuries and then the all-freshman league team, Conference USA. So he's sitting on the bench now.
One-on-one. Move off target for McNeese. De Nicolau trying to run the break. Good idea, but Oklahoma, the read and the pick. Jamal Bieniemy, the lone freshman for Oklahoma. Very versatile young man. McNeese shaping up. He's got a size mismatch. Gets fed. Attacking. And missing.
Got to push it. Try to score before the defense gets set. UTSA.
De Nicolau. Floater off target. 0 for 10 from the field for the Roadrunners.
Size of Oklahoma, as you mentioned, John, is really bothering UTSA.
And at the other end, Oklahoma seems rushed and a little sloppy.
Yeah.
Dior. The no look. De Nicolau couldn't save it. And this feels like the second game of the season, right? A little bit of rust.
It's early. Yeah. Yeah.
In Steve Henson era, UTSA has been great at home, but one of those losses came against Division II St. Edwards.
Yeah, that was not a good loss. St. Edwards was a good team, but you got to beat a Division II team in your old building if you're going to have a real good season. So
Steve Henson's quote after that game, it's pretty simple. We got whooped. We have to play a lot better basketball. I have to do a much better job of getting us ready. We didn't deserve to win.
Yeah.
And the big number from that game was the 19 turnovers. His goal is for his Roadrunners to turn it over no more than 10 times a game. They work a lot on ball handling in practice.
Yeah, no question about it. That's another turnover. As you mentioned, 19 in the last game, and then this number for them is number 5 for UTSA early in the game. In just 6 minutes of play. There's Javon Jackson, freshman of the year in Conference USA. Hopefully they'll get him back in December, John.
Tore his ACL on his left leg February the 24th against Louisiana Tech. They expect him back in early to mid-December.
Yep.
McNeese slicing and misfiring. Tracked down by the Roadrunners. For all of UTSA's faults, it's 7-0.
That could be double that. Could be 14 to 15-0.
Air ball.
They got to swing the ball, John, and drive it. Bring the big guy away from the basket. If you can set a ball screen, drive the ball if you're the Roadrunners.
Cronin, nice look. On the kick, 10 to shoot. Acrobatic move off target. Another board of the Sooners, this time Matt Freeman, who only played 8 minutes at Oklahoma's opening.
Oklahoma's missing a lot of shots that they usually make, John. You know, they could really have a bigger lead right now. So
Reynolds loses his footing and the ball out of bounds. Javon Jackson, one of the more electric players in Conference USA. Those are the numbers from last year, and he came off the bench most of the season. They only had inserted him into the starting lineup a couple of weeks before his injury.
Right, tremendous player. Conference USA, freshman of the year, all freshman team. Got 32 points against Oklahoma last year, so he could really play, but unfortunately he's banged up. Got hurt in February. He said hopefully to get him back.
Cronin off. They're missing a top 5 scoring freshman in the country from last year. Oklahoma is missing Trae Young, who led the country in scoring at dimes. McNeese blowing off. Offensive foul. Disjointed the start of this game. Stuck on 7-zip for a while.
Going inside. Good defense by Rodriguez. Good call that time by Jerry Pollard.
And now some of the big guns are coming back for Oklahoma. Christian James is back. Brady Manick is back. Sooners haven't scored in over 4 minutes. UTSA remains 0 for 14 from the field.
Yep. And arguably their best player, Keaton Wallace, is on the bench with 2 fouls.
Nicolau. Deflected and stolen, but step out of bounds by the enemy.
Yeah. Got to keep driving the basketball, John. Try to create fouls. Make the referees call. There's Steve Henson, Conference USA, Coach of the Year last season. 20 wins in his second year, John. That's tremendous.
For a program that had won 5 the year before he arrived. Rhythm look. Iaye off. And Rodriguez looking for the loose ball, battling with Hannes Pola. We'll get a foul here on Pola, his first.
He's up there. Up, little push, little nudge. It's the young man from Finland. He's a sophomore, Hannes Pola. Finland, you can do that. Not American basketball here. You can't do that little push.
With the enemy out, Calixte in. And Nicolau, who's learned basketball from his dad, played pro back in Italy. 0 for 16, Rodriguez reverse! The first bucket! It took 17 shot tries, and the first one goes down. It's only a 5-point game.
Exactly, it's a miracle, it's not more.
And Oklahoma a lid on the cup, and the putback there for Christian James. Calixte. Ball screen comes. Jumper off. Very physical down low. Pola. And a whistle. There haven't been many buckets in this game. In fact, only one for UTSA. The reverse stage of December. They lost Conference USA 6th Man of the Year, Dion Lyle. Only stayed 1 year after transferring in from JUCO, decided to go pro. And in this game tonight, their best available player, Keaton Wallace, picked up his second foul 4.5 minutes into the game.
Now they're pressured. They might be doing UTSA a favor, John, by spreading out the defense. That time, another turnover.
That's 6 giveaways for UTSA.
They had 15 in their loss the other night, so they got to take better care of the basketball.
Manick. Doolittle facing.
From Oklahoma, just go inside. You're too big and strong. Throw the ball to the big fella.
Queth wants it. Gets fed awkwardly. Doolittle trying to drop step. Foul on the floor. That will go on De Nicolau. Their all-everything point guard. Played 33 minutes in the opener. He's one of the best thieves in Conference USA. Had 50 strips last year. Had 4 in their opener this year. James. Contested look. Drains it. It's only Oklahoma's second make in its last 12 tries from the field.
Christian James is a hard worker. He's their leader, John. Leading returning scorer. Really a hard worker. He's got to really step up this time.
3 ball. Allen raise it down. The first triple for the Roadrunners. He was their best shooter from deep at 43% a year ago. He looked a little gun-shy earlier tonight.
He's a nice form for a big guy. It's like a stretch four.
Mannix, a contested long two on through. Fronin swiveling. Hey, Nicolau, back to Fronin. Out of travel. Hey, Tim Bior. Finally, a shot from deep. Goes down for the Roadrunners, Coach.
Here we go. Nick Allen from way downtown. He's got nice form. He's really good at pick and pop guy. 6'8" senior from Surprise, Arizona.
Yep. Last year, over 10 made threes a game.
And the team, John, as you know, made 353 threes. 353 threes, a UTSA school record.
You see the defense. They get the wing three, and James makes it 14-5.
Got to play him. We mentioned before, he had 29 points in their opener on Friday against Rio Grande Valley.
Allen, they close out quickly. Hey, Nicolau to the rim. And numbers for Oklahoma if they hurry. Calixte, transition wide open. UTSA need a timeout here.
I think so. I'd use one.
Lead on UTSA, a game that sat locked and a barely more than 2-possession margin for a long span of time. The UTSA team that began the game 0 for its first 16 from the field.
Got to think about getting Keaton in the game. Keaton Wallace, John. He's a guy who can really score.
And on cue, he goes to the table as they get the bucket from Bior. And a turnover. Bior on the run, 3-on-2. Right down the lane into Maddox. Offensive foul. You disagree?
Close. Yeah, he was there. He was there. Good call by Jerry Pollard. From our angle, it looked like he was moving, but he wasn't.
Bior has a dialogue. 14 fouls aside. Sooners who have subbed fairly liberally. Wallace guarding. Gets the deflection, playing with 2 fouls out of bounds.
Wow. Keaton Wallace, a nice block. Like I said, he's got to be careful with 2 fouls. But he's there. One guy can really score. He's a volume shooter. And get the ball to Keaton Wallace to drive the basketball. Attack the basket off the bounce. Unless you're wide open for a 3.
What a pass! And an even better finish from Allen.
Nicolau with a terrific pass. We talked to him at the shoot-around, John. Nice young man. Dad was a player. His brother was a player over in Italy.
And now he's got his second foul.
Here we go. Both guys come on the ball. Nice finish. Nice attack the basket. Nick Allen rolled to the hoop. Nice pass. Allen with the good catch in the reverse.
Okay, Nicolau with his second foul is out. Samir Bynum, the freshman, is in. McNeese hasn't been fed in the post much, and he banks it home over the smaller Bior.
Yep. The size, just got to go into the paint. If you're Oklahoma, you're too big, too athletic for these Roadrunner teams.
Shaping up. Keaton Wallace gives them a kick. Calixte, Maddox, and a foul on Bior. That'll be his second. That connection to the NBA, of course, had his own time with the Hawks, and that's where his former star player Trae Young currently plays, while his star point guard back in the day, Steve Henson, spent time as an advanced scout with the Hawks while Kugler was there.
Yep.
McNeese. They go right back to him, and he connects.
What they got to do, keep going inside. Your UTSA, John, they got to double them. They can't just too big and too athletic. UTSA is very fortunate. They're only down 9 points.
Keaton Wallace hits the front of the rim. Out of bounds, last touch to Manick in Oklahoma. Now Wallace playing with a couple of fouls. Picked up that second 4.5 minutes into the game. Steve Henson decided to roll the dice and put him back in at the last media.
You got to play him. Once again, you don't want to be the richest guy in the graveyard and just let him, stay there. And you get down 20, he's a scorer.
Wallace off the iron. Manick leads Reynolds. Calixte wide open. Off and running. Bynum cuts to the cup. The follow. Froman.
That's Froman. He's a hustler. He's just a scrapper. Not super talented, but he's a winner.
Made his 70th straight start. One of the first 2 signees for Steve Henson. Manick has been fairly quiet. Takes it to the cup. Manick with his first bucket. Wallace against the smaller Calixte. Help comes from McNeese. What a feed! Cronin cuts and lays it home.
Great pass. Defense all came out. And Wallace, Cronin was wide open.
Manick stepping back. Draining.
He's on fire. Great freshman year, 10 points a game. And, he had a double-double in their first game against Rio Grande Valley.
Wallace, 3-ball response.
Down 7, hanging around. That's what UTSA's got to do, hang around for the last 5 to 6 minutes, hopefully, and try to steal it.
Manick, what a fake. Shot off. 5.5 to go in the first. We've yet to see a free throw. Steve Henson says go flat. Give him space so he can do that. Keaton Wallace from deep.
Way downtown.
Now it might be Lon Kruger that has to think about the timeout. A lot of Mo on the UTSA side. A mini 6-0 spurt. Calixte. McNeese in a tough spot. Strict. UTSA ball. Bynum.
Timeout Oklahoma. I call one.
Doolittle back in for Oklahoma.
We get the ball to Keaton Wallace, John. Excuse me. Get him the ball. He's hot.
Bynum 10 to shoot. Filling in for De Nicolaou's got 2 fouls. 5 to shoot. Rodriguez against McNeese. Puts it home with 1 on the timer. Tie game.
Perfect possession that time for the Roadrunners. Ran the clock down, got the ball inside. Nice finish by Rodriguez. Go inside.
McNeese rattles down over Rodriguez.
Points in the paint for Oklahoma. That's what they got to do.
Hard screen. Ball out of bounds.
Big thing.
Dior out, put Rodriguez in. It felt like the ball moved a little more naturally, and they didn't have the same mismatch defensively against McNeese.
Right. He's a physical player, good rebounder, good passer.
De Nicolaou is back in for UTSA, but Bynum remains in the game. Wallace with 9 points is out, and Oklahoma gives it away. We've got Christian James here with his first.
Good call. James with the push-off.
So each team with 6 fouls each, 1 away from bonus. We have not seen a free throw attempt on either side. Can UTSA keep it up with Wallace on the bench? De Nicolaou, running banker with a high kiss. Young man who grew up idolizing Steve Nash in his native Italy.
We're talking with a shoot around today, John. A nice young man, and basketball's in his DNA.
McNeese. Oh, power bully move against Rodriguez.
Nice move. You got to double him. Isolate that big guy.
UTSA missed its first 16 shots from the floor. It has connected on 7 in a row.
Playing with a lot more confidence now, John. Ball goes in a basket. Feel much better about themselves there. Moving crisper, more confidence.
Rodriguez. Bad brick, and Oklahoma's got it. Doolittle. Ugly pass, it finds James. The enemy has a size mismatch. Going against Bynum. Nice feed. James slicing back door to lay it home.
Nice pass. Once again, Oklahoma's owning the paint, John. Getting the ball inside, scoring. Very strong in there.
More than half of Oklahoma's production has come in that area. We approach 2 minutes. Nicolau. Beat Freeman off the bounce, off target. Doolittle the rebound. The enemy. The hesitant three. Freeman off.
Nicolau does a nice job on the glass, John. The point guard, good rebounder.
Double teamed in the corner. We'll get a timeout here. The second called timeout for UTSA on the half. We'll step aside. We've got a wild one. Having a busy night in college basketball. All that and more. Head your way on AT&T at the half. So out of a called timeout, Giovanni De Nicolau was trapped in the corner. Out of bounds under. He's got it. De Nicolau slicing the double. Lost the handle. Gets it back. Wallace remains on the bench. And a foul en route. First free throws of the game.
Oklahoma's a nice job. Get into the paint. Backdoor cut. He beats the Nicolau. Nice finish by James.
A foul to be enemy, his first. Oklahoma's 7. A bonus for UTSA. The rest of the way, and now Bynum. His first free throw attempts of his collegiate career. Young man scored over 2,700 points at Lamar High School in Houston. Converts.
In their first game against St. Edwards, UTSA only was 5 for 10, John, for 50%. So got to make their free throws. They want this big upset tonight.
Back end a miss. One possession game. A UTSA team that lost to Division II St. Edwards. Hanging with the Big 12's Oklahoma. Nice no look. Changing hands. James and one. There was some shake, some Euro.
Yeah. He's a good player, Christian James. Can hit the three, can put it on the deck. He's got a good mid-range game. He's their leader. Again, he'd be a guy that takes over a game in the Big 12. I don't know, but he's a very good player.
Foul thrown in his first, team 7. And one. He's 8 of 9 at the line to begin the year. And breathing room for Oklahoma that shows some pressure here. The enemy, an escort for De Nicolau, playing with 2 fouls. The prep comes. Ball 3, the enemy. Doolittle to the rim. That's a big moment there, big swing.
Yep. Steal the ball. Turnovers a big problem for UTSA. Got to do a much better job taking care of the ball.
There's a 9-1 spurt. Sooners have hit on 5 of their last 6 in the field. Bynum trying to drive end line, lost it.
Nice steal. Doolittle with the finish. Good defense leads to their offense.
And that's where trapping De Nicolau in different spots on the floor seems to have flustered him. And when you take off the head of the snake and that point guard,
yeah. And UTSA had 19 turnovers in their loss on Friday to St. Edwards.
There's Doolittle limping, walking away. De Nicolau has just gone to the bench for UTSA. Adokie Iaye has taken his spot. Reynolds rattles it in. Timer off. What do you want here, Coach?
Well, just want to penetrate, attack the basket by buying them, and hopefully somebody comes free, kick it out for 3.
Some young pups on the floor for UTSA. Bynum, the freshman, handle it. Mismatch against Freeman. Oklahoma's got it. 1 second. Horn hits. Well, the Sooners end the half on an 11-1 run and get the final 7.
And he says, hey, we had Trey Young. Everybody had a different role. Now there's no star player. Is Christian James going to be that star? We'll see. We'll trap early. Once again, UTSA, one of their problems are their turnovers.
Dior right to the rim. He got 2 fouls in the first and was saddled to the bench for a good chunk of that initial half.
The big key to this game, John, as you know, is the first 5 minutes of the second half. Is UTSA going to come back, make a run, or is Oklahoma going to run away? Nice pass, skip. Dior with a stop-and-go dribble, goes right to the basket. Nice finish. Tim Dior.
Began his career at Division II New Mexico Highlands. Was in the JUCO ranks at New Mexico Military Institute last year. Allen. Driving on McNeese. Shows the versatility in his game. He's not just a shooter.
But on the deck, big guy. Nice shot fake and attacking the cup.
The Sooners, who created some breathing room late in the first, come out getting tested. Wallace, the deflection out of bounds.
Nice shot fake, attacking the basket. Nice move inside by Nick Allen.
Calixte, charged with being the facilitator. Point guard came over from Maine, a graduate transfer. McNeese trying to respond. Pocket pick, Dior. Wallace wants it. Dior has size on James. And James gets too physical. That's number 2 on Christian James. Foul shooting was not much of an issue in the first half. Only had 3 total free throw attempts between the 2 teams combined.
You know, the game's physical. The referees are letting them play. I think that's an advantage to Oklahoma because they're bigger, they're stronger, more athletic.
Allen wide open. Can Oklahoma respond? Calixte to the rack.
UTSA does not have a rim protector, John. So he's got to keep going inside to Oklahoma.
Air ball caught by Doolittle. He did turn his ankle on that dunk in the first, but we're told only had to be retaped. That's why he was walking back to the locker room at the late stage of the half.
Nice drive, kick it out. Allen, plenty of time and space, knocked it in. What he does best. He's the one player that was recruited by the previous staff. You know, and he's brought into the program by Steve Henson and done a nice job.
Manick off target. That last foul went to Allen, by the way. Dior has to tie his sneaker, so it's 4 on 5. That stops some time off the shot clock. Anticipated pass. Nice job, Rashard Odoms. He was limited in the first, a couple of fouls. So he's the young man with the most folks in the stands. From Copperas Cove, Texas. Brought 9 family members here tonight. UTSA started ice cold, but since heating up. Day Nicola, just his second field goal make of the game. 2-point affair. Odoms facing up. Floats it.
Nice move. Back in the cover.
UTSA has not known a lead in this game. Tried to come back from a few double-digit deficits. spread the floor. Allen flashes. Deny the screen. Feed Allen. He was shocked to be so open. Cuts closer. Left.
Oh, nice finish by Rick Allen. Right now, UTSA is outscoring Oklahoma 12-4 to start the second half. Big spurt by the Roadrunners.
Odom against Cronin. Trying to hold the pivot jump ball. 11 on the timer.
Great defense. Cronin stayed on the ground. Yep. Blocked it. Good call. Stayed there. Yep. Hands on top of the ball.
Cronin's among the young men that struggled when these teams met last year. He did have 8 rebounds, but he had no points, was 0 for 5 from the field.
Yeah. Not a big scorer. He does a little thing. Screens, rebounds.
Contested 3 ball for James.
He's the guy. He's going to be their go-to guy if they're going to have one this year. 29 in their first game against Rio Grande Valley and leading them right now, scoring.
Allen feeds Wallace. Give him a sliver of space. Snaps the twine.
Made all freshman team in Conference USA last season. Keaton Wallace.
James Watson on the right wing. McNeese. Help comes. The hook off. Nicolau calls the play. Allen driving, got a step on Maddock, and McNeese out of nowhere. The furious denial. And sloppy in transition. Oklahoma gives it away.
Great fight early in the second half. Roadrunners are fighting. They're scrapping. They're clawing. The bite. Nice drive. The senior from Surprise, Arizona. Second half shooting. 6 for 8, 75% for UTSA. Oklahoma 3 for 6. 15-7 run. They really believe they can win right now, John.
UTSA began the game 0 for 16 from the field. Has shot 62% from the floor as a team since. Wallace to the rim. Tie game.
I didn't see this coming the first 8 minutes, John.
Hesitation. Calixte denied by Wallace. And the Roadrunners a chance for their first lead. Cronin. Allen. And Bior hit by James on the weak side block. That'll be James' third.
Here we go. Reverse. All right, Keaton Wallace, give and go. Nice pass by Allen, right to the cup. No defense. That was a problem last year for Oklahoma. Gave up 82 points a game, John. Last in the Big 12. They got to stop people.
So James out for Lon Kruger with his third foul. He'll put the enemy in.
Ooh, I wouldn't keep that long. Cup of coffee. No time for the cream. Get him back in.
And De Nicolau hit and fouled by Matt Freeman. That'll be his first, and now fouls piling up.
That's big if you get to the free throw line. So both teams are attacking the basket, John.
De Nicolau.
Whoa!
First lead of the game for UTSA.
That's from Padua, Italy with love on that one. Nice scoop.
Calixte, immediate response.
Jordan Mass with an answer.
Snaps a 7-0 spurt.
Right now, defense is the town in South America. Nobody's playing it.
Allen the rebound, drop step. De Nicolau, extra give, Wallace. And a foul on the floor. Take a look, a hook and hold. He has been upgraded to a flagrant 1. So UTSA, a chance for its second lead of the game, and Fronin sinks it. Now, Fronin 57% at the line as a freshman, 67 a year ago. His first 2 makes of this season. Odom's on the bench, flagrant 1. What do you see, Coach?
Well, yeah, a little elbow. Good call. Good call. At the end, he did it.
De Nicolau stripped, fouled. And the fouls piling up here on Oklahoma. We're 6 minutes into the second half. 5 fouls on the Sooners.
That's key. UTSA keep driving the ball. Make the referees call it and try to score from the free throw line. That's not their strength. They struggled last game, only 5 for 10, and their upset loss to St. Edwards. But hopefully tonight they'll be better if you're a Roadrunner fan.
Reynolds, that last foul, his second. De Nicolau converts. Well, Reynolds has been fairly quiet. The young man his teammates voted as the best vocal leader, the team's best leader by example. Who will emerge for the Sooners? UTSA has found its stars. De Nicolau gets it to go. Home roll, UTSA, its first lead of multiple possessions, and they change defenses again.
1-3-1, half-court zone. Now they're trying to change the defense because they're getting hurt inside. They're driving, so they want to pack it in a little bit more. Make them shoot from the outside.
Calixte, off target. Here come the Roadrunners. Wallace. It's a 10-2 UTSA run to claim this 4-point lead. It could, that flagrant one foul on Rashard Odoms, be a swing moment.
Now, playing a zone, pack it in. They're doing that because the best outside shooter for Oklahoma, Christian James, on the bench.
Reynolds, though, able to drain from deep. He led the team last year with Pacific, with 38% shooting from outside, a grad transfer.
Yes. Big three that time by Reynolds.
Dior shovels. De Nicolau, that pass, almost a little too perfect, tipped and loose. Sprawl on the ground, they want to travel, won't get it. Did he have possession there?
Good call.
And the enemy travels after he broke Dior's ankle. And let's go back to the flagrant foul. One of the changes this year, subtly, in the flagrant one status for hooking.
Yep. Yeah, he wrapped his right arm was wrapped around it. They do that a lot in the NBA. A lot of times the college guys, they mimic the NBA, John. You know what I mean? So a lot of times the guys in the NBA do it on the pick and roll, they hook. On rebounders, they hook. So referees said, hey, this year we're going to cut that out in the college game. College guys mimic the NBA guys with the hooking and the holding.
Rodriguez. And an offensive. Rodriguez has been on the bench for most of the second half. Young man is still finding his footing. He had been hurt in last season's opener and lost for the year.
Good call. Backed in with his left shoulder.
That's his first, team second. The 1-3-1 again, and Reynolds goes right through it.
It's like Swiss cheese, went right through it. A lot of holes. Back to man if I'm UTSA.
Ball screen, Rodriguez. De Nicolau lost handle. Calixte. Out of bounds. Lon Kruger Sooners have themselves a ball game playing on the road outside of the state of Oklahoma. And 2 road games back-to-back to begin the year. First time since the late 30s.
Long time, John. The only other Power 5 school has done that is North Carolina. They played on the road 2 games, so not many Power. Both of them stay home. Syracuse, the Bayham. He has breakfast in bed. He has Eggs Benedict for 2 months at home. Then gets to league play.
The enemy gobbles up a steal and converts. Allen, nice speed. Extra give, Rodriguez, reverse it home. Beautiful team passing and the conversion. The enemy over Bynum.
Yep. That's why they're going zone, because right now Oklahoma owns the paint. They're driving by them, so they just can't stop the Sooners.
Oklahoma picking things up defensively. They've got the shot swatter in there in Quest. Might have altered that look. And a whistle.
Oklahoma's Benson's club.
Some subs for both teams. Manick will trigger for Oklahoma. UTSA showing full court man here. And Wallace is back in, and the pressure works.
Yep.
Manick, fresh to the fray, gives it away.
Yep. Coach Coogan didn't like that one. I'll take his glasses off. Did I really see what I saw? Manick, well, something the big guy taken out against pressure, John, isn't the most ideal.
Looking. Dangerous lob. Manick gets the strip. The enemy. Attacking Bynum.
Oh my
And
goodness.
strips it away from Rodriguez, the faker. Oklahoma bench going bananas.
Yeah. Big play. Too many turnovers for UTSA.
16 giveaways for the Roadrunners.
And 19 the other night.
3-ball flat. The enemy rebound. The lone freshman for Oklahoma getting some big moments here in the second half. Manick against Bior. Lost his footing, pulled the chair move, no travel.
It's something. A walk or a foul, it's something.
Lob to Doolittle, what a finish.
Nice pass by Calixte. Got a big job. He come after Trey Young, leading scorer in the country, leader assist guy in the country. This is a solid player. Got big shoes to try to fill Parkman anyway. Danger zone now for UTSA. Need a hope.
Wallace. The enemy got hit by Bior with inside position. UTSA will have the ball.
Calixte, ball screen. Two guys come on the ball, throws it up. Doolittle with the finish. Nice pass by Calixte. Nice finish by Doolittle.
A 13-2 run for Oklahoma. It feels like when Oklahoma has taken command of this game, it's been in lightning quick small spurts. And UTSA's climb has been long and arduous.
Big word, John. Arduous, you use smaller words. That was experimental mission power, right? But you're right. It is arduous.
A flood of subs await for UTSA, including DeNicolau and Allen.
Ooh.
Leaning into the contact, the shot off target, Manick right on the spot.
Yep. Just wearing them down now with their size and strength and athleticism.
UTSA running out of any gas here?
I think so, John. No question about it. They're laboring a little bit. The other team's just in cruise control. They hit a couple of threes now, try to get back in here.
Wallace. Bior, that's not quite his game.
No, you're right.
And Manick gets taller. The size of Oklahoma prevails again. Now it feels like Oklahoma's running at its pace. Doolittle, end-line, Rodriguez, Bior lying in wait. Opposite, Reynolds.
They score, I call a timeout, John.
Rims out for Manick. Bior service.
Settle down. Get a good shot now if you're the Roadrunners. If you're Oklahoma, just play good solid D, don't foul.
Still Cronin, DeNicolau, and Allen wait to sub in. Wallace kicks. Bynum.
Little man, 6-foot freshman from Houston, Texas, Tamir Bynum.
Had 4 points in the opener. Manick. James, a very quiet 17 points. He is 7 of 8 from the field.
Good player. The leading returning scorer, averaged 12 a game last season.
Dead ball means immediate. Wide open. Rattles out for Yayu. Physical in transition. Wallace. That might have been a pretty good sell job there as well by Reynolds.
Yep. Nice run here by the Sooners. Big part of that is Steve Henson lit us up for 35 big ones, and I reminded him today, and he said, we played a triangle and 2 on him. Not 2 guys on him, we should have put 2 on him. 1 guy and him, 1 guy and another guy, but it was fun. But Lon is a great coach, and I've known him a long time. His wife Barbara's a wonderful lady, and he's got many awards. Rio Grande Valley gave him an award, right? And he has another award at the end of the season, John.
Turnover here for Oklahoma. Yeah, he'll have the the distinction of being in the UT Rio Grande Valley Hall of Fame. He coached there when it was Texas Pan American. That was his first head coaching job back in 1982, and accomplished what Steve Henson has done at UTSA. Took a team that had won 5 games, turned them into a 20-game winner in a couple of years.
Yeah, it's not easy to do. He's a class guy. He's one of the really quality coaches and persons in the basketball profession. There's a lot of them, but he's certainly up there.
Long look, Christian James unconscious, 8 of 9 from the field. He's got 20 to lead the game.
Yeah. He's a little too quick, too athletic for Cronin. He's a good player, but James is just too athletic and too fast for him.
Cronin lost it out of bounds.
Christian James, 8 for 9 from the field. Coming off a 29-point game against Rio Grande Valley on Friday. Coach of Rio Grande Valley is Lou Hill. Back in the East, he's called Juco Lou Hill. Plays Juco, but he's the head coach now and doing a nice job there.
James gets hit en route. It'll be 5 fouls aside.
That's good coaching, John. He's on fire. Coach Kruger knows it, right? Cleared aside. James just goes one-on-one, just too quick. Gets to the free throw line.
So Day Nicolau's got his 3rd. Wallace with 3 as well for UTSA. And now James out of Bel Air High School, Houston, Texas. Take a look.
James from way downtown, raining threes. Got 20 points. Take it to the cup with the left-hand finish. Nice move. Good English off the glass. Can do it all. Step back. Shots from the wing. 20 points. On fire. Great start to his senior year.
Young man loves to shoot. Who was the last man shooting when we attended shoot-around today? He was out there by himself for about 5 minutes.
Exactly. They say he comes in early in the arena by himself, stays late, as you mentioned.
And here, right spot, right time. What a shake on Wallace. Bior got too handsy. And James is going to have a chance to top the 29 from last time out.
He's on a roll. Nice shake and bake, crossover. He left Wallace in his dust, and Bior got him.
So it's 3 on Bior, and that means bonus rest of the way for Oklahoma. 2 here for James. 23 points. That's an 8-0 run for Oklahoma. A 16-2 spurt in the last 5+ minutes.
Just wearing him down, as you mentioned, John. Too athletic, too quick, too strong, too big.
Back end is good. And now Oklahoma with some modest pressure, at least against the ball handler, Day Nicolau, who saw a lot of traps that bothered him in the first. He felt that one coming. Wallace wanted it corner. Cronin goes rim and one. Attacking Manic off the bounce.
The way you handle pressure, John, is get the ball to the middle of the floor. Now, Nicolau has it, 2 guys on him. Boom, Allen comes to the middle of the floor, kicks it to the side. Cronin with a nice finish. Knocks Manic down. Manic's got to get a little stronger. Very good player for Oklahoma. Got to get a little stronger.
He's added about 20 pounds since he first arrived on campus.
Yeah.
Still wiggle room for more.
But he's going to be a terrific player. He's a sleeper and had a great freshman year, 10 points, and started off well. He had a double-double on Friday night against Rio Grande Valley.
Out of bounds. Another Conference USA team, Charlotte, took down Oklahoma State on Saturday. That was a 24-point Oklahoma State lead at one point. 5:46 to go in this game. This game is far from over.
Well, it's not over yet. Got to get some stops now if you're UTSA. Oklahoma, take your time, keep going inside. I double him, dig it out.
Manic rims out with one of a timer, thrown in the board. Wallace lying in wait in that left corner. Day Nicolau. Allen the head fake. Bior, drop step. Ugly shot. Calixte feeds James. The rare miss. They nickel out. A little casual for the loose ball. Won by Oklahoma. Brief tie, jump ball. Odom sprawling on the deck. He had only just subbed back in his first minute since he picked up that upgraded flagrant one.
Ball gets knocked down. He just said Nicolau had it, but he got on the floor, hustling.
And now Odom's to the bench, Bieniemy's back in, who has felt like a difference maker. He might not show it stat-wise, but he's got a bit of a bounce and a spark to him.
No, he's solid. Good player. He's a young player. He's only a freshman from Katy, Texas. Jamal Bieniemy. He's steady. Can handle the ball, can shoot it.
16 minutes, 6 points, 4 dimes.
Yep, nice. Good player.
Well, 5:07 left. If you're UTSA, where do you run your best offense to maximize your possessions?
Well, what I do is I'm trying to run some screens, for my best player, Keaton Wallace. Get him the ball, let him come off some screens and look to shoot it or drive the basketball.
Allen, corner look. Tipped. Wallace has it. And he hasn't had many touches here in the second.
No. Credit the defense by Oklahoma.
Floats it over. Bieniemy rattles out. Won by James. He has been the star in the second.
Yeah. Terrific player.
Oklahoma, the preseason number 8 pick in the Big 12 per the coaches. Calixte from 3. And if they need inspiration for what their ceiling could be, last year's preseason number 8, Kansas State, went on to the Elite 8 in the NCAA tournament, one of 4 Big 12 teams to reach the Sweet 16.
Yep, it's a long season. Both these teams are going to grow, especially UTSA when they get Javon Jackson back, hopefully in December sometime. Steve Henson, the Conference USA Coach of the Year. There's Javon Jackson. We've got a great camera crew. Young man, terrific player.
Set the UTSA scoring record for freshmen last year. Was a top 5 scoring freshman in the country. And toured the ACL against Louisiana Tech February the 24th. Sometime in early to mid-December, he'll be back. Oklahoma in the bonus. First of the one-and-ones. Good. Calixte, an outstanding free throw shooter. 90% last year to lead the Maine Black Bears.
Good three-point shooter. I think it was 39% from three-point land last year. It's a good get. Graduate transfer. You lose Trey Young, you got to get somebody. Certainly not Trey Young, but he's a good player for the Big 12, I think.
Backhand miss. UTSA on the gallop. Nicolau tried to thread the needle. And UTSA hasn't scored in over 2 minutes. The giveaways coming more often. Calixte makes him pay. And you can feel Oklahoma pulling away here.
Yep. Wearing them down.
CIA. Extra give, Nicolau. Brings it. His second made triple of the game. But there's been a wide disparity. UTSA 31% from deep, Oklahoma 44%. Maddox, who's normally part of that outside shooting prowess, hit inside. He'll get thrown in with his third. Maddox will go to the line. Will step aside. Oklahoma up 16.
All-American Trey Young, the leading scorer in the country, the leading assist guy in the country, so that everybody's got a new role now, John.
Brady Maddox roll at the stripe, converts. UTSA led this game 52-48, 6 minutes into the second half. Since then, Oklahoma has outscored UTSA 31-10.
Yeah, it's wearing them down. Just, you get tired, you make turnovers, you force shots.
Nicolau off. In some ways, it felt like Oklahoma woke up some. James started to take over, and UTSA tired of it.
Yeah, they turned up the heat defensively, I think, John, also.
Calixte. Manic.
Yep. Controlling the boards now.
Manic to double figures. Wallace off target. Manic deflects out of bounds. James is 24 to lead the game, one of 3 in double figures for Oklahoma. Wallace with 14 to pace UTSA, but he has been silenced in the second. And he did have some spans when he was on the bench, but the magic he had in limited minutes due to foul trouble in the first, early second, lost. First high major team to visit UTSA since Baylor in 1992. It's hard to win on the road.
Any road game is very valuable, tough to do.
And rarely do you see a power conference team make that kind of a journey, but there's a special relationship between these programs thanks to the head coaches. The student meeting the master, Steve Henson, former point guard for Lon Kruger, assistant coach under Lon Kruger at multiple stops in collegiate and pro basketball. In his first go-round as a head man, trailing his former mentor for the second time in as many seasons. Oklahoma in a classy move here, taking some air out of the ball. The enemy flies to the rim. We approach 1 minute.
Yep.
Wallace floats.
Yep. Game is a lot closer than the final score is going to indicate, John. You know, just pulled away and just wore him down.
Yeah, UTSA for long stretches certainly hung with Oklahoma, but the Sooners displayed an explosiveness that, with no Jackson available, the best scorer by far for UTSA, they couldn't find the reciprocal response needed. Timer turned off. We doubt you see another shot here, right?
No, I don't think so. I think he's going to hold the ball.
A foul given by De Nicolau. Well, coming up for Oklahoma, they're going to get Wofford on Sunday. Really good Terriers team. And then the battle for Atlantis. That's a pretty loaded schedule.
Yep. They play Florida first round. I know Virginia's in there. A lot of good teams are in the battle for Atlantis.
Notre Dame team that's unblemished. Now Lon Kruger, his team schedule's tough. He also has a top 10 recruiting class coming in. A top 10 point guard in the country. Free throw good. For UTSA, they got to go to Oklahoma State. That'll be Oklahoma State's home opener, a team that lost to Charlotte. Gulf Coast Showcase thereafter.
We'll get Javon Jackson back hopefully in December sometime, John. So they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. To pick preseason 5th in Conference USA, and after they landed last year. So they're going to have, I think, a fine season if they can stay healthy.
Allen three ball.
Tough to beat here, John, as you know. 23-8 coming into this game.
Final 10 seconds. Now the fans start to come to their feet. The handshake had, and Oklahoma given a test. Trailed by multiple possessions in the second.